All right, so in this video, we are going to configure the branches. So before I configure the branches, I need to configure the communication, that is the routing over here. So let me go back to my topology. Now, in the GNS3, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to connect this switch to my router. That will be a Microtrix router. And over here, I will be connecting two switches. So one will be acting as the ISP switch, another one will be acting as the MPLS switch, and one more switch that will be acting as the management switch. So whoever are connected on this switch, we assume that it is connected to the ISP. Whoever are connected onto this link, we assume that they are connected to the MPLS. And now this switch is used to communicate directly to my PC, that is to my laptop. Other thing is that I will have one more Ethernet that will be connected to the PC over here, where I am going to configure my Microtrix router. And over here, I am going to connect it to the internet, that is ISP, and I will configure the NAT so that we are able to communicate to the outside world. So that is what I'm going to do now. So first thing what I'm going to do is that I'm going to first deploy my Microtrix router. I will connect my PC and I will configure that Microtrix router. Then I will go ahead with the switches. So Microtrix router, this is the one, and I will say that this will be acting as the ISP, and I will increase the RAM to 256 MB. That should be good. And I will start it. So now I will also select one PC. I will use the web term. And the other thing will be the Ethernet layer 2 switches. One will be acting as the ISP. Another one will be acting as the MPLS. And another one will be acting as the management. Again, double click on that one. I will add the links to 16 ports. I think 16 ports should be enough. And the name, I will change it to ISP switch. For this one, I am going to double click on that one, do the same thing, 16 links. This one will be the MPLS switch. And double click on this one also the 16 links. This one will be management switch. Okay, so my switches are ready now. So let's configure the PC now. The Ethernet 1 will be directly connected to PC to configure, and Ethernet 2 will be connected to the controllers. Ethernet 3 will be connected to the ISP. Ethernet 4 will be connected to MPLS. And there will be one more that is going to the NAT 1. So in GNS3, if you want to communicate with the internet, you have to use the NAT. So Ethernet 5 will be connected to the NAT. So now over here, I'm going to use the 10.10.1 network, or let me see if I have any 10 network in my topology somewhere. Yeah, I do have already 10.1.1 network. So I do not have 10.0.0.1 network. So I will use that one. So here I will be using 10.0.0.0/24 network. So one will be the router and two will be the PC. So right click, go to the edit config. So just remove those details from just remove the hash values only from auto ETS02 until over here and change the IP address. We said that we are going to have 10.0.2 and the default gateway will be 10.0.0.1 and DNS will be 122.1. We do not require, but I do have the DNS server because the NAT IP address over here is the subnet 192.168.122.0/24. So .1 will be this cloud, and it is going to act as a default gateway as well as the DNS server. So that's why I've given the DNS server as 192.168.122.1. So let me take the console now and also take the console of the router. So first I will configure only one interface of the router, that is Ethernet 1. So default username will be admin. There will be no password, and say no, and select the new password will be Cisco 0123, Cisco 0123. So this is a Microtrix router. This is a different one, not a Cisco one. So what I'm going to do now is that system identity set name equal to ISP. So it changed the name over here now, and IP address add address equal to 10.0.0.1/24. Interface will be Ethernet 1. That's all. That's the only configuration I need to do on the router. And the remaining configuration, I will do it from my PC now. So I will go back to my PC, go to the terminal, ifconfig to make sure that IP address has been assigned. Yes, it has been assigned. And if I say that ping 10.0.0.1, I'm able to ping. So I'll go to the browser now. I've just typed in 10.0.0.1 and you see that I got the login details. Enter the Cisco 0123 as a password. I'll go to webfig now and I need to assign the IP addresses. So I will go to IP, go to addresses, click on add new, and the Ethernet 2 that should be 172.16.1.254 that will be acting as a default gateway /24, and that is for the Ethernet 2. And if you want to comment anything, you can comment over here. So I will say that this one will be going to controllers. Click on OK. Now next add one more IP address that should be 220.100.1.254/24, that is the ISP. If I go back to my topology, you see that ISP and Ethernet 3. So that will be Ethernet 3. This will be going to ISP switch. Okay. Another thing will be 172.100.1.254/24. This will be Ethernet 4. This will be going to MPLS switch. And one last thing will be the Internet 192.168.122.10/24. This will be going to Ethernet 5. This will be the Internet. Next, I need to define the default gateway. So I will go to the IP. Within that IP only, I do have the routes. Click on add new. Type in the destination as 0.0.0/0. Next hop will be 192.168.122.1. And that's all. Click on OK. Now to check whether this one is working or not, I will go back to tools over here and I will scroll down to ping and I will type the IP address 192.168.122.1 and click on start. And you see that there is 0% of loss. That means packets have been received. Another thing is that I have given the default gateway, so that means I should be able to ping 8.8.8. You see that I am receiving the packets. So there is no loss. That means my routing is correct. So now let's go back to the NAT. We have to do the NAT now. Within the IP, I will go to firewall now and click on NAT. Click on add new and select the sort NAT. Keep it as a default. The only thing is that the action, we need to change it to masquerade. That's it. So I'm just showing you the configuration, how to configure that one as a NAT for the router to make the communication. So once that is been correct, so if I go back here, so if from my PC, if I ping 8.8.8, I should be able to ping. And I should also be able to communicate with the internet. If I go to Facebook, you see that I'm able to. So that means my routing has been good. Everything is good. So I will go ahead and log out. That's all to be done on this particular router. My router is now configured. So my internet is ready. That means this whole thing is now ready, been configured. The next thing is that I need to go ahead and install the branch devices. That will be branch 1, branch 2, branch 3A, 3B, and branch 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 devices. So what I'm going to do, go to the router, select 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I will just click on minus sign so that it will become a little bit small. Close this one. Now I will select all of these, right click, configure. I will change the name. This one should be branch 1, This one should be branch 2. This one should be branch 3A. This one should be branch 3B. And this one should be the branch 4. Click on OK. Select all, start the devices. If I go back to my topology, gig 0/0 is going to internet and gig 0/1 is going to the MPLS for all the devices. But only for the branch 3, gig 0/0. 3A 0/0 is going to ISP, 3B 0/0 is going to MPLS. That's the only difference. So let's go back to our topology. Let's do the configuration now. Management. This is the management. I will finish up with the management first. And now gig 0/0 going to ISP. So 3A going to ISP, 3B not going to ISP. It's going to MPLS. So branch 4. Now branch 1, gig 0/1 going to MPLS. And here also same thing. Now 3A is, we do not have gig 0/1. Only for 3B we do have gig 0/0 going to MPLS. And gig 0/1 going to MPLS. That's it. Now let's take the console for all of it. And that's now for the management switch. I do not have any cloud. That means I'm not able to communicate with the physical system. So I will go ahead and grab one cloud, select GNS3 VM. That's it. That's all. So first we will configure the VHS, then we will configure the CSR router. Right, so branch 1. So for the same thing again, VHS are same equal to like the VBounds itself. So I'm going to use the same configuration. So VPN 512, I'm going to start with the 71. And the name will be branch 1. Site ID will be 1. IP address, system IP will be 100.1.1.1. And no changes. I will remove this one as local, otherwise all the edge devices will become as a VBound. Now GE0/0, I am going to use it for the internet. That will be 220.100.1.1. Tunnel interface, I will be using encapsulation IPsec, and color will be business internet. That should be good. I will copy the same thing. Only thing is that I need to change it to 0/1, change it to 172, and change the color to MPLS. And the default gateway 1 is correct. So this one should be 172.100. And I do have one more IP address, that is the 220.100.2 default gateways. Now, if you want to define the DNS, primary. So let me see the command. Let me verify that command. So first I will go to my branch 1 now. I will change the password to Cisco 0123. Cisco 0123. So in this video, I will go ahead and configure the devices. In the next video, we are going to do the onboarding of the devices. So now what I'm going to do, I will just do the copy these all things, cross check the configuration, nothing, and that's it. Let me go to branch 2, admin 0123. Okay. Branch 2 also the same thing. I'm going to change it to 72. Branch 2, site ID will be 2. This one will be 2. And again, this one will be also 2 and 2. That should be all good. So let me check, are there any issues? No issues, all configuration is good, no mistakes. Now if I go to branch 2, ready, 3A now, admin. So now for 3A, we do have only one interface. So I will select this one as 73, branch 3A, branch ID, site ID will be 3. This one will be 3. But over here, it will be only 3, business internet. That should be good. So I will copy until here and paste it on this one. And another thing is that, do I commit? Commit, yep. Now gig 0/0 is done and I need only one default route. That's it. So if I go ahead, exit one more time and exit and commit. And I will do the same thing for the B. Instead of taking 73, I will take it as 83. This one I will change it to B, and this one I will change it to 33 because this is the unique. Site ID can be the same, but not the system IP. Now gig 0/0, this should be 172, and this should be MPLS. So I will copy until here first. Go to branch B, admin, Cisco 0123, Cisco 0123, and paste it over here. Other thing is that I need only one default route. And paste it under the VPN 0, exit and commit. Now let's do another thing, that is the branch 4, that should be 74. Name should be branch 4, site ID will be 4, IP will be 4. And this one should be 220.100.1.4. And this one should be business internet. And gig 0/1 should be 4 and MPLS, that's fine. Right, so let's go ahead and do the copy paste for branch 4 now. Admin, Cisco 0123, Cisco 0123, and paste it over there. The configuration is being done, so that means if I go exit, and if I say ping 172.16.1.1, that is my vManage, I'm able to ping. I will do the same thing, exit, and ping 172.16.1.1, confirming that routing is good. And exit, ping 172.16.1.1, pinging to my vManage. And exit, ping 172.16.1.1. I'm able to ping. And branch 4 is the final one, exit, and ping 172.16.1.1. All right, so far all good. My routing is in place. All the configuration has been done on all the 5 devices. Now the next thing is that we have to do the onboarding of the devices. See you in the next video.